Hey guys, today we are watching a new game, Lost Eidolons. The first thing that awaits the player who launched the game is a cutscene and a battle. Your squad of heroes in stylish armor fights against superior enemy forces, from the words of which you can understand that they are familiar with the main character named Eden and have some kind of score with him. This is how Lost Eidolons without ceremony at all the players throw them into the thick of the things. No training for you, no exposure, here is your goal, to break through to the gate and then figure it out yourself. At the same time, it would be unfair not to note that the explanation is still present in the game. It only appears after the squad of heroes is defeated in the first battle. In the slideshow and cutscene, we learn that a certain emperor, Ludictus, after a long conflict, seized power of Artemisia continent. As benefits any self-respecting tyrann, he began to rule with an iron fist, and he conquered vassals, and the common people began to revolt. It is one of them in the province of Benaria that the plot of the game is dedicated to. The main characters are a detachment of mercenaries led by Eden, who at the beginning of the game is just a gang of peasants who have some kind of reputation only near their native lands, and even there no one pays attention to them, with the exception of the archetypal fan from whom they try to escape at the first opportunity. The plot reasons the heroes are forced to leave their native village, cracking down on the local feudal lord, which is why they are forced to join uprising against the empire. This is where the lengthy prologue of several chapters ends and Lost Eidolons begins to reveal itself to the full, gradually open up access to the main mechanics. The first reviews on Steam mostly negative, called Lost Eidolons nothing more than a visual novel in which dialogues are replaced by battles on the battlefield. Although this is not an entirely correct opinion about the game, it has a right to exist, and here is why. For the first 3-4 chapters, the player is forced to listen mainly the dialogues between the characters. They are made in the form of an unpainted character model on a blurred background, and the dialogue or text appears below. Therefore, the game was called a visual novel, although the game does not have any choice of lines in the dialogues. They are initially readibly painted. Therefore, in our opinion, the use of the term visual novel is still incorrect. Speaking about the world of game, it should be noted that developers added a manuscript of Lost Eidolons, which is coded similar to the Rhinos BioWare games, thanks to which you can study the lore of the games. And here one can immediately note a minor flaw, namely the complete absence of chronology. Seriously, the codex only states that the unification war that led to the founding of the empire to the current events took place 20 years ago, and so we don't know anything about the local calendar and do not even know the exact age of the characters. The player can only assume by appearance that the same Isor Benis is about $50 or even more, and his nephew Balaster is about 30. However, the game does not provide accurate information. It seems like a trifle, but the lack of an obvious chronology on the world raises doubts about the degree of its development. At the same time, the game gives a description of customs, magic and religion, and also provides information about locations and noble houses. Therefore, we can assume that the author purposefully did not waste time on such trifles. Battles take place on the battlefield divided by squares, as in the latest Heroes. The player can put up to 10 characters on the battlefield, and later he can use the rest as adjuncts, imposing various positive effects on the main fighters. At the very beginning, Lost Eidolons prompts the player to choose the difficulty level, as well as determining whether the characters will die in battle or not. We played on the easiest difficulty level, which allowed us to comfortably go through the battles, although the language will not turn calm to them easy. The story battles are varied and some are quite ruthless. So, for example, in one of the battles I had to completely replay as I decided that opening an enemy ambush at the beginning of the battle was a good idea. The game severely punished me for this native, forcing me to fight against vastly superior opponents. It's good that in the game there is an opportunity to roll back the battle to the right character on the right move several times per battle in order to correct a tactical mistake and not replay everything from the very beginning. The battles take place into turn-based mode. First our squads goes, then the enemy, and at the end, if available, to elite fighters. The last point should always be kept in mind, since defeat in some battles can occur when an ally dies and there are only strives to go forward. I played more than 40 hours and we can conclude that we have a good game in front of us. The main and most difficult thing that is new players will face in the fight against the desire to turn off lost Eidolons and forget about this existence. The game does not reveal all the mechanics at once, but does is gradually blurry through the story. We have considered every aspect of it and can come to the conclusion that the developers have done well in all three main parts of the gameplay. There are shortcomings and we have described them in detail above, but some of them can be corrected. To describe the game briefly, we would use the following wording. Before us, it is a leisurely anime in a medieval dark style, which is an interesting tactical game and borrows the reputation system from Dragon Age origin. Accusation of expressive bias towards anime can be just justified by source of inspiration, the Fire Emblem series, but we did not compare these games in the review. As for the subjective opinion, we did not regret that we played this game. It definitely deserves the attention of all fans of tactical turn-based games. Thank you guys for watching and bye bye.